Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's The Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show.
Welcome to the Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show. We are your home for news and insider opinions from the world of Comic-Con fandom and pop culture. This week we're talking all about Funko and news from the world of the New York Toy Fair. Who do we have with us today?
Hi, my name's Derek. I'm a contributor to theconguy.com.
I'm Katie, and I am a host at AfterBuzz, but also do social media for the Con Guy. So.
I am Ben Kliewer, and people ask me, hey Ben, why?
Hey Ben, why you always got that red cup?
It's because whenever Ben Kliewer shows up, it's always a party.
That's right.
And I'm Cheeseman on the couch here with theconguy.com.
I am Danae. I'm an author, and I'm invading the couch today.
We are so glad. When Danae found out we were talking Funko, she was beating down the door saying, I've got Funko stories to tell.
And I'm Ryan Nilsson, and I'm just coming in because I hear a phone in the studio. If we could just put that on mute, that would be wonderful. But it's all good now. Excited to be here, y'all.
It's on somebody's phone?
No, it was the laptop. I had to reboot it to get on the internet. The sound went back up again. I already muted it, and then when I rebooted it
That wasn't the weird music we were hearing.
He's our
That was
social
awesome.
media liaison, so you're allowed.
Well, we have survived that one. So
A communications disruption can mean only one thing: invasion.
Tonight we are talking about Funko. Funko is more than a line of toys. It's a cult. There is a cult of Funko, a movement. Its popularity has changed how we hunt down collectibles and exclusives, and we know this because why? We're all part of that cult.
And we thirst for human blood.
This week we open up that toy box and see what's inside. Plus, Ben gives us the latest news in 3 minutes. Derek gives a rundown of conventions. Katie gives us the update. And then we have Danae and Luke just looking pretty on the couch. And we just have a great, great show for you guys today. We are going to talk about a little bit about the news coming out of the New York Toy Fair. But mainly we're going to be talking about Funko and how Funko is just kind of like taking the world by storm. I have one thing I want to talk about first, though. I have a friend who I've been believe it or not.
Who'd you pay?
And I've been kind of concerned about him because he, you know Greg. Is there anyone in this room who does not know Greg? My friend Greg from...
Greg Brady?
Yeah, not his last name, because he doesn't like his last name getting out. But my friend Greg from Chattanooga. Everybody knows Greg from Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. Anyways, he's been on the show before. He's a really good friend of mine, one of my oldest friends. And I was talking to him yesterday. He called up, and Greg had open heart surgery last year.
Oh, geez.
And so he's kind of recovering. We think he's coming to WonderCon this year.
Oh, good.
It's his very first.
We haven't seen him in so long.
It's his first convention in 2 years. Like, he was a regular at all the conventions.
Comic-Con.
And I'm just going to tell you, I have been praying for Greg. We all have. And this is a big deal. This is a big deal that Greg's going to be coming. But here's what's cool. Greg, this is what's funny. Greg was like, Jim, did you hear about Chattacon? And we really didn't talk about it here on the show. Chattacon is a Chattanooga convention.
Right, it's a fan convention for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, is that right?
Yeah, no, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, we love you. No?
And here's what's funny. They've been going on for 45 years. Are
you kidding me?
I used to live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I never knew they had this convention. But I wanted to go over a few of the things they had at this convention, and Greg was kind of laughing with me. They have the normal stuff like the Saturday morning cartoons, puppet creation. Does time travel make any sense?
No.
Never.
Bait and
That's
hook.
why it's great.
Your first 5 pages of your comic book. By the way, this Chattanooga convention happened last couple of weekends. I think it was in January. Cosplay, masquerade, chainmail making. Did Arthur C. Clarke get it right? All the good stuff. But then Greg said he had to talk to some people at work because they were like, Greg, should we take our kids to this? And he's like, yeah, of course. They said, well, do you look at okay, as the lights went down at nighttime, here's what was happening at nighttime. It's not so terrible, but belly dance workshop. Okay, I can see that. And then there's the Beyond G ratings. Okay, that's not so bad. But then, here we go. Guns, girls, and G-strings. That's one of the panels they had. Then they had,
what was that about?
Guns, Girls, and G-Strings.
No, I know, but like, is it...
You skipped over one of my favorite crafting.
Okay.
Pasty making presented by the Vamp Valley Vixens.
I know, pasty making.
That really does this. It really does say that.
By the way,
Yeah.
and this is, I'm sure it's kind of just like a cosplay thing. How to make pasties. Intro to burlesque. And then here we go. Adult toys of the future. Sex and the Single Robot. there was a party for men who don't wear pants. And then
So it's a lot of kilts, right?
and then
That'd be great.
To top it all off, they had a race that night. If young children are listening, moms, cover up their ears for just a second. I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had a vibrator race. I guess it's kind of like a turtle race. You put them down and just see which one got the furthest down the road.
Have I not told you about the vibrator races at Wasteland Weekend, dude?
Please do.
I thought I showed a video of it on the show.
No, we didn't.
Yes. Oh, I'll have to bring that next time. They do full on. It's like you can bet on them and stuff. It's yeah.
So is this something that I've just completely missed?
I've never even heard of this in my life.
Oh yeah. You
All
get
right.
a piece of like corrugated steel, or what's the wavy?
That's corrugated.
The corrugated steel.
It's like
And-
slut car racing, right?
Yeah. So they line them up. They turn them all on.
I'm sorry, did
got
you
a
say
rack.
slut car racing?
Yes.
Yeah.
You lift the board and they all go, and you cheer for your vibrator.
Well, when I was in Key West, they did turtle racing. They also do it on the west side of LA.
Yeah.
Turtles, just to see, turtles don't go very far. I was thinking maybe that's how these little motorized accoutrements were doing.
Accoutrements.
Anyway, hey, Ryan, you did a call up, but we do want to introduce Ryan in the booth. Ryan is the engineer that keeps us going. He's really busy right now.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
How we doing?
We're doing right. I just want to make sure.
Just hear him out of breath.
This fun Star Wars news today with Project Luminous. I don't know if you heard, but that's been my geeky. That's been my geeky calling today. We're doing a bit of a change up. I got Tyler here.
Hey,
Are you
Tyler.
guys switching
Tyler?
clothes?
We
What are you
have
doing?
We switched clothes a few times. No, we didn't.
I just wanted to make sure everybody saw you guys and to see the voice of God who was in our ears and coming over the speakers there.
Thank
Here
you,
we are.
Lord.
All right. Thank you. But now we are going to pitch it over to something else. Ben is going to take us through 3 of the geekiest minutes of news of the week.
Are you
And
ready, Ben?
Oh, I was born ready.
Count you in.
All right, thank you.
In 3, 2, 1.
Paramount's Sonic the Hedgehog, friend of the show, movie continues to lead the box office race during its second weekend in theaters. After breaking records with a $70 million opening over President's Day weekend, the video game adaptation collected an extra $26.3 million in domestic ticket sales this weekend. To date, the family-friendly film has already raked in $100 million domestically and $200 million worldwide. Not too shabby for a project that cost the studio around $85 million to produce.
That's awesome.
To see or hear our in-studio interview with Josh Miller, one of the writers for Sonic, look for the podcast on thecodguy.com or Popcorn Talks Network's YouTube page, or anywhere you listen to your podcasts. According to The Hollywood Reporter, and confirmed by multiple outlets, a new Star Wars movie is in development, and it'll reportedly be sprung from the creative minds of Luke Cage writer Matt Owens and Slight director J.D. Dillard. I did like Luke Cage very much. I didn't see Slight. The still developing story doesn't identify whether the project, among the first to be revealed following the release of Rise of Skywalker, would be bound for theaters or perhaps the small screen at Disney+. Of course, the big question on everyone's mind is, quote, how long until this director is fired? Since that's what seems to happen to most Star Wars directors these days. In toy news, Lego, longtime Star Wars partner, is joining the Mandalorian craze. At New York Toy Fair, Lego revealed 2 upcoming sets that feature the pop culture darling Baby Yoda, a.k.a. the Child. Breakout star of the Disney Plus mega hit series set in the galaxy far, far away. The Child, as he's officially called, is part of a new Brickheads set, which goes on sale August 1st and will cost $19.99. It's $20, guys. Just say $20. The Razor Crest, ooh, that's a cool ship and a cool name. Set is a hefty 1,023-piece construction kit that comes with 5 collectible figures, including a tiny Baby Yoda, a new version of the Mandalorian Bounty Hunters Guild leader Grief Karga, a scout trooper, an assassin-turned-nurse droid IG-11. This set will also go on sale August 1st exclusively on Amazon, Lego.com, and Lego stores for $129.99. Funko unveiled an unprecedented lineup of products for the 2020 Toy Fair in New York, including pop characters from the following movies and TV shows. Here we go. The Office, The Boys, Magnum P.I., the vintage Tom Selleck version with the mustache, Will and Grace, Cobra Kai, Pokemon, Fortnite, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Super, Bugs Bunny, Arthur, The Flintstones, Pixar's upcoming film Soul, Disney villains, J. Jonah Jameson, Stan Lee, the movie Stripes, Animal House, and Fight Club, Smokey and the Bandit, Wonder Woman 1984, Back to the Future, and the Mighty Ducks. Fox, just to name a few. The BBC's drama chief Piers Wenger has defended Doctor Who following a drop in ratings and a mixed reception from fans for season 12 of the sci-fi drama. Bullshit. Series 12 concludes on BBC One and BBC America next weekend, but has been dogged by disappointing ratings. Sunday's penultimate episode hit a low of 3.7 million overnight viewers in 7 days. I've got one more paragraph here, and its 7-day ratings, including catch-up, have also been far from remarkable. Meanwhile, there have been some disquiet. This is Doctor Who news. It's more important than anything else.
Why didn't you start with it?
Meanwhile, because I was given a sheet of paper that I do not look at before the show.
Okay, we did not hit the timer, but can you finish right here what he said?
Yes. Meanwhile, there has been some disquiet among fans about the introduction of a second Doctor played by Joe Martin, which was quite interesting, and the emergence of the hashtag #NotMyDoctor hashtag on Twitter. People are stupid. Wenger responded by saying, "I worked on Doctor Who myself and produced it for many years, and I can honestly say I don't think it's been in better health editorially. The production values have never been better. It will always be an important show for us, and we're a very long way from wanting to rest it."
Because people were wondering if they were going to give it a rest.
I don't know. I've been really enjoying the current season. Derek, have you been watching the current season?
I haven't seen any of it.
What is the controversy? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't even know what the controversy is. People just want to be dicks. That's what I think.
People just want to not like things.
So nice.
Well,
but I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I mean, there might be that maybe there were some story decisions that just didn't feel right to people. I don't know.
The second Doctor, you said there was a kind of a controversial decision.
Yeah, so I just thought it was interesting, but they haven't touched it for the last couple of episodes, and I have not watched yesterday's episode yet. But they introduced another version of the Doctor that came into an episode, and the Doctor was like, "I don't remember being you," and the second version of the Doctor was like, "I don't remember being you." So it's like this weird, like, what's going on? Because they've found out they are, in fact, both the Doctor. Like, they've scanned each other genetically, and they're like, "I'm you and you're me," but neither of us remembers.
How would a
being the other
genetic scan work if a regeneration rewrites all of your DNA anyway?
Is one of them a ganger? Like with the ganger Doctor and the ganger?
That would be
That's
interesting.
possible.
This may be the nerdiest conversation we've had.
This is
This is where we're supposed to be nerdy, okay?
Exactly.
No, this is a fandom I definitely want to get into. Didn't you do us? Somebody wrote us an article about here's the episodes of Doctor Who.
I did.
Well,
Yes.
Derek and I both wrote articles
Yes,
about.
that's right. We both wrote
Yeah.
different perspectives of where you could start.
Right. We need to
Yeah.
revisit those because I have not yet jumped in, and the things you guys were saying, I don't know what you're talking about.
And in about the last week, I've had this conversation. This is the third time I've had this conversation very recently with people just trying to recommend where they could start.
Right.
And there are multiple approaches you could take, and Jim,
I'm going to.
We should
revisit.
repost that article.
We're going to bring it right back up. We should
There
do a
you go.
Doctor Who
And look it up. Yeah.
episode.
We should absolutely do a Doctor Who episode.
All right, Katie, we are going to pitch it over to Katie for Katie's convention updates right now. So.
All right, so in the convention update this week, I'm going to be talking about Emerald City Comic Con because it is in a couple weeks. It is March 12th through 15th at the Washington State Convention Center. This is one of the biggest cons of the in the country. One of my friends has gone to it, and it's massive. It's a big deal. And their website, by the way, is super easy to navigate, so props to that team. So March 12th through 15th. There's so much information. We're going to get to like hotels and parking first because I know that's one of the biggest things to how to prep for your stay. You can get discounted parking if you go to the website, and there is also an official hotels system, kind of similar to Comic-Con, via the website. But this is a quote from their website. It says, "The show management has gone to great lengths to ensure that your rates are the lowest over the ECCC dates and are only available to attendees and exhibitors that book through the ECCC official housing company." Totally different than Comic-Con, but I like that they have to have a badge.
I do like that.
Yeah, and so free shuttles are also included if you book through there. The reservation deadline is March 6th, so you have about 2 weeks to do that. You can also reserve blocks of rooms, which is something I don't believe you can do at San Diego Comic-Con. You can request multiple rooms, but you can't do a block of rooms. So that is another one. As well as they have a cosplay central at their convention, which of course piqued my interest as a cosplayer, where you can take advantage of a cosplay repair station and like photo backdrops for pics, which is awesome because that's something that some of the bigger cons aren't able to do because of room. So I like that there's a huge focus on cosplay. There's also the Western Championship of Cosplay that's taking place on Friday, March 13th, but it was rescheduled from Saturday. So if you do have a Friday badge and you didn't have a Saturday, unfortunately you'll have to get another badge to go to it now. It's at the main stage at Hyatt Regency. The applications are closed if you want to compete, but you can also resell your tickets using Light. So if you need to go on Friday versus Saturday, they have an actually resale ticket site on their website, which is awesome. As for appearances, there's a ton of appearances at Emerald City Comic Con. There's Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox and others from Back to the Future. We also have Chris Chrysler Lay from Grey's Anatomy and Supergirl, Karen Gillan and Matt Smith, Rachel Scarsden from Batwoman and Carl Urban from The Boys. And Mark Ruffalo will be the headlining guest on Thursday and Friday, so he has a panel and involves appearances.
Carl Urban from Lord of the Rings, you mean?
I was about to say.
Oh yeah, not true, but I was trying to remember all the different things he's in. But
Star Trek.
Most recently, he's from The Boys. And then prices range from like
born with the middle born.
Born $30 to $220 is the range for those photo ops. They also have team up photo ops, which means you can get a picture with the entire cast of Back to the Future if you get that one. There's also one with Doc and Marty for $300. I know some people who would pay $300 to get a picture with them. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's also ones for the Boys cast and Doctor Who. I would love to take a picture with Karen and Matt Smith. It's $175. What a deal. And Derek, Star Trek Picard. They're going to have a cast photo op for that as well.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, a little bit of everything. There's a full list for panels online. There's just way too much to share on this. And a couple smaller things. Funko has an appearance at Emerald City Comic Con because their HQ is right nearby in Washington. So they have a lottery similar to San Diego Comic Con. Unfortunately, it's closed, and emails already went out. But if you are curious to see what their exclusives are, go to the @Original Funko Instagram. They have released all of them on there. There are some pretty cool ones on there as well. And they have a pinball and arcade show. Pinball and arcade show is bringing a classic arcade. Like that's cool, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty
and
rad.
Tickets are for Thursday, Friday, and Sunday are still available. Saturday is sold out as well as all 4-day badges. But you save $10 if you purchase prior to March 11th. So you can still save $4 on that. And you can resell or buy tickets on Light. So that's the Emerald City Comic Con news. I know it was a lot. Thanks for bearing with me. A couple more quick updates. Ace Comic Con, March 21st through 22nd. It's a massive one.
Yeah. Oh, I was looking at their guest list before the show, and it's huge.
They announced more guests this week. Rupert Grint from Harry Potter, a.k.a. Ron Weasley, and Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. That's on top of, like, Chris Evans already being announced.
Tom Hiddleston, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They got, like,
I
half
don't
the
remember
cast
if
of the
Ryan's
Marvel
been to
films.
this one or not. I can't remember if he said he had or not. So, and then WonderCon, you need to be registered by tomorrow, February 25th, if you want to get your badges shipped to you. Otherwise, you will have to wait in line, which isn't terrible, but it's not fun either. And badge registration will close on March 23rd or when capacity is reached. So that's the update for this week. That was a lot. So
It was a lot.
Yay!
Ta-da!
And Derek, if you could go ahead and go over the bulletin board. Derek has
Yes.
a list of upcoming conventions. Not quite as in-depth, but still.
Yes, coming up, February 28th to March 1st is C2E2 in Chicago, Illinois. That stands for Chicago Comics and Entertainment Expo. Some of the guests there include Terry Brooks, William Shatner, George Takei, Walter Koenig, Mark Ruffalo, Stephen Amell, Isa Briones, and Evan Evagoria. I'm not sure I say his name right, Evagora, but they're both from Star Trek Picard, and Carl Urban. Again, Carl Urban from Lord of the Rings, and then multiple other things after that, some of which were pretty good.
Riders of Rohan.
But again, that's C2E2, that's February 28th to March 1st. And then March 5th through 8th is the Supernatural Official Convention in Las Vegas at the Rio Suites and Convention Center. That has some cool events, like you're going to be there?
Yeah.
Good luck. That sounds like you need to tell me all about it. Well, okay, some of the things you need to do.
All right.
The game night with pie. I don't know anything else, but that's on the list. It's game night with pie. And then they have a fan fave episode retrospective. Most of the actors that you could think of from Supernatural are apparently going to be there, like Jared and Jensen, Misha, and then Matthew
farewell
Lillard
tour.
is going to be there.
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah, well, he voiced Shaggy apparently.
Oh yeah,
for that
in the
episode.
crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was that?
Scooby Natural.
Scooby Natural, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's
great.
been doing a lot of like convention stuff. I think it was like Whorehound or something
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they did this.
He's a lot of fun.
Get some stuff with.
He and I have the same birthday.
Get out of town.
Really?
Yeah.
This convention's on my birthday.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, a couple weeks after that, March 20th through 22nd, is Planet Comic Con in Kansas City. Wait, this says MA, but that.
I'm sorry, Missouri.
Yeah,
MO.
I was like, wait a second. I was about to just read Massachusetts, and then I'm like, hang on,
Kansas
that's
City,
wrong.
Massachusetts.
Typos really messing me
Oh,
up.
I pulled a Trump.
I was pulling a Ron Burgundy. So, in Kansas City, Missouri is Planet Comic Con. The guests there include John Cleese, Brandon Routh.
John Cleese is
I know,
so
right?
great.
Ralph Macchio, Jodie Benson, The Little Mermaid, Brent Spiner, Data, Gaten Matarazzo, and Caleb McLaughlin. Ashley Eckstein and Christopher Eccleston, who apparently is doing
another
conventions
one.
now.
Yeah.
He's doing conventions
Yeah.
now.
And then that same weekend, as Katie mentioned a little bit ago, Ace Comic Con Ace Comic Con Northeast. That's in Boston, Massachusetts. Again, that's a huge guest list. There are so many.
They've grown so
big
fast,
names
so
there.
quickly.
Yeah, you've got.
So fast, so quickly. So fast, so in a short amount of time.
Yes,
That's the weekend
US
after St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yes, it
so,
is.
Yes, it
I
is.
wonder if they'll have any of that
Boston,
still going on.
It's in Boston, yeah.
Still have
Yeah,
the Green
yeah.
River.
You've got
Boston.
superheroes, supervillains, wizards, Jedi Masters. Yeah, that's a big one now. April 4th and 5th is Stranger Con in Los Angeles at the LA Convention Center. And that, of course, is around Stranger Things. It has several of Stranger Things actors, including Millie, Noah, Finn, Sadie Sink, who plays Max. They're having a karaoke party, a cosplay contest, and a trivia game. So that'll be a fun one. And then April 10th through 12th is WonderCon, which we're going to talk about a little bit. Or Katie mentioned some of the stuff coming up.
What?
That's in Anaheim, California again, and that is Easter weekend. So if you're planning to go, just be aware it's also a holiday.
And also, if you do have a deposit down on a hotel, this is the last week you can cancel the hotel before you lose your deposit. I know that because I have two hotels holding. All right. Is that
That's
it?
all we have right now, yeah,
All right.
for the next couple months.
All right. We know that we went through a lot of lists there. Brad just said, I fell asleep. There's so many lists. Quiet, Brad. Anyways. But that's a lot. There's a lot. We are heading deep into con season. So this is such an exciting time of the year for me, especially when we're heading into WonderCon because you know that all the cons are gearing up. But what we're going to talk about now, mainly we're talking about Funko, but we have a little video that our buddy Jake from the Jacobus system sent in. This is just to give you a taste of what we're talking about tonight, which is collecting. Look, take a look at what Jake's collection right here.
Anytime.
Hey everybody at the Con Guy, it's Jake from the Jacobus system. I understand you guys are talking about collectibles on this show, so I thought it'd be a cool video to do a little tour of some of my collectibles down here in my nerd room or man cave, whatever you want to call it. So let's check them out. Okay, let's get started here. We got some vintage stuff. A lot of these are actually still the same ones I had when I was a kid, so we got a good mix of some DC, Marvel characters, of course Ninja Turtles. That right there is my original Ninja Turtles lunchbox that I had since kindergarten. So
Kindergarten, isn't that great?
The fact that
That's
it's still
incredible.
together
That's
is
some,
amazing.
Terminator,
in good
Jurassic
condition,
Park,
yeah.
Power Rangers, etc.
Yes.
So pretty cool little display. Down here we have the vintage Star Wars toys. Over here we have some more Black Series figures. And I don't have the entire collection, but pretty good amount.
Pretty darn
And
close.
then these are more of the modern movies. I guess the Disney ones.
Yep.
Down here we have the big bowls, the Jabba the Hutt,
It's a scorpion bowl.
Falcon.
Oh, I need that
the tiki
Falcon
stuff.
Over here is just a
Scorpion
mixture
Bowl.
of stuff. A lot of stuff from Super 7. They make these little reaction figures, which are modern releases, but they make them look like they were vintage figures. So you got some Transformers, Ninja Turtles, Universal Monsters, Aliens. Down here I have a mixture of Marvel characters from the MCU. Down here's another mixture of stuff from NECA. Some movie things. Got, The Bride from Kill Bill, Terminator.
He's got so much.
Keaton Batman.
Yeah, and this is just
Ash
not
from
even
Dead,
half of it,
Alien,
probably.
Predator sets back here. These are some cool cars. I got the Ecto-1, the 66 Batmobile,
And the DeLorean. I approve.
All right, so there you go. There's part of my collection. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.
So is Jake coming out for WonderCon?
Yeah, he'll be there.
He and Lisa, he's got a great wife.
He'll be there spending a lot of money. When he went to Comic-Con, like, he got so much stuff. Like,
Well,
she lets him just buy, like, so many things.
And I think it's fun to just let our audience know that video that we showed was, I think, less than
A fraction.
less than 30% of the actual video he sent us.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to put the entire video on the website. We just didn't have time to show the whole thing tonight. Plus, some people have certain things they like, and some people. So if you can zoom through and pick out what you like. We're going to start talking right now, real quick. Before we're talking about Collectibles, and the New York Toy Fair just happened this past weekend at the Javits Center, the same place that they hold New York Comic Con, and it is kind of like the big convention that sets the tone for all the toys that will be coming out that year. So the things that you will be seeing at all the conventions this year, they were at this convention. You'll be getting them next Christmas. Photo number 10 is all things the child, a.k.a. Baby Yoda.
Yeah, he's coming to Build-A-Bear soon.
Yes.
I think that's what we see in the very left side of that photo. I believe that's the Build-A-Bear
Funko
version.
Pops,
Yeah.
Build-A-Bear, Pillow Pets. I don't know what that means. Baby Yoda.
Pillow pets?
Pillow pets.
Yeah. They're
What's
like
a pillow pet?
Okay, it's a pillow that is a stuffed animal at the same time. You fold it in half and Velcro it, and it becomes your
and
buddy.
it's shaped more like a little animal that you can carry.
Yeah.
around, but it is a pillow.
Baby
body.
Yoda puzzles, even a Baby Yoda backpack. Don't you have a regular Yoda?
I have a regular Yoda backpack. Yes.
That's the first time I met you. All right, photo 11.
Yes, that's why we're such good friends. Is I was wearing that backpack, and you guys knew I was your kind of people.
I knew that Luke would probably get a kick out of this. This is you'll be able to jump back to 1955 with the Back to the Future board game.
Oh.
This is from Funko Games. It costs $30 and it comes out in June. Photo 12 from all the new and much anticipated Black Men black and white bat monster statue to the next wave of DC Essentials, Deceased action figures. There's a whole line of these action figures that will be available starting October 2020. So we won't be seeing these this summer at Comic-Con. This is just a little tiny fraction, but like the big monster in the room is Funko. Funko, I mean, how about we all just kind of grab our Funko stuff right now?
Oh yeah.
I have a large box.
Ben has a large box.
I only have a little bit.
This is less than 10% of all of my Funkos.
This is like
Funko started in the late 90s as a low-tech collectibles company, and it has grown. The first time it showed up at San Diego Comic-Con was 2010. Warner Brothers was their very first entertainment company that they worked with. Now it has over 1,100 licenses for films, TVs, shows, everything across all the fandoms. And what else? Oh, and this just last year, while at Comic-Con, the Funko team was already pursuing licenses for the Netflix series The Witcher.
Yes.
They can sometimes turn around things in 120
actually
days or
cereal?
90
No.
days.
Yeah.
That's all. But listen, let's talk about Funko for a second. Katie, what can you tell me about Funko? What, as far as like...
Okay, we got to start here because Luke was already asking a question.
Oh, so sorry.
This
Go
is
ahead.
a cereal box, but it's not real cereal.
So this
Yeah.
is a cereal box, but it was actually this T-shirt in it. So Funko now makes
Okay.
T-shirts. You've probably seen them if you go to conventions. They're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But not to be confused, they do actually sell cereal too. They
Oh,
do
that's
actually
great.
have cereal that come with like a little pop, and they're usually like the villains and stuff. But I had to keep the box because like the ingredients says like the Force 1980, and then it says like Sith energy, Jedi energy, vitamin C 3PO, and then it says ingredients, T-shirt inside, no actual cereal. So I thought that was pretty funny. I had to keep the box because I mean I don't know what I'm gonna do with the box, but I.
If you're just listening on audio and not watching us on YouTube, that's Ewok crisps, and you've
Yes.
got this great picture of Ewoks on the front playing with like things kind of like Cheerios.
And there's other ones.
yeah.
There's like Vader, Crunch, like a whole bunch of
Well,
other
they have one
ones.
for the band The Struts, too, and I'm pretty sure that one is actual cereal.
Yeah, there is, like I said,
Yeah.
actual cereals as well.
Hold on.
I would
hold
try
on.
that.
I have a nerd moment here. It said the Force 1980, but the Ewoks did not technically show up till 1983.
All the boxes say the same thing. That's a little bit sad. I know I was a little sad because on the Stormtroopers one, it doesn't say like accuracy 0. Like it doesn't say that. So
The more you know.
Thank you, Ryan.
But actually, Ryan, can you show that picture right there of the child, aka Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian? This right here is already the top pre-order Funko Pop of all time.
I believe it.
And it doesn't even come out until May. The previous Funko Pop best seller of all time was Baby Groot, Dancing Baby Groot.
Of course.
So of course, it's either Baby
favorite
Yoda or Baby
character,
Groot.
yeah.
People like cute stuff.
How much
Listen,
is that going for?
Oh, I don't know.
I would burn Baby Groot in a fire to keep Baby Yoda warm. Okay,
There
like
you
he's
go.
got nothing
you
on
heard it
Baby
here.
Yoda.
Oh man, that's accurate though.
Ben, I am so curious. You brought a box.
I brought a box.
Could we-
I have a few items because.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? What's in the? Never mind. So I started kind of picking up pops. I don't remember what the first pop I got. I used to like buy a lot of them, and then I was like, whoa, I'm getting way too many of these. So I'm much more selective now about the pops that I buy. Brianna is the same way. My wife, Brianna, is the same way. But I just brought a little bit of a cross section here to show you some of our more proud items. Brianna is obsessed with dragons and Maleficent, so we have
Oh wow.
Maleficent as the dragon with green fire. And I believe this one will stay in the box. We do like to take our Funkos out of the box and display them, and I just throw the boxes in recycling.
So you play with them.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Another one Bree
gosh.
wanted me to bring was the Rescuers.
What?
Riding
I know,
on
this
the
one's cool.
albatross.
I've never seen
I haven't
that.
either.
That is cool.
In the little can of sardines on the albatross back. This is from the Rescuers.
Yeah.
And they're
But
little pocket pop size.
yeah,
That is
and
amazing. Like,
How long have you had that
thinks
one?
of that?
one-
Bree's had this for a few years now. She bought this a few years back. I have 2 more little things to show.
They need to do the Rescues Down Under one with the bird.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
Right,
Yes, that'd be cool.
So the first one is this lovely Childish Gambino, a.k.a. Donald Glover, as Lando Calrissian from the Solo movie
And
that
it's a bobblehead.
Katie
Nice.
secured for me. And it's a bobblehead. All the Star Wars ones that I have are bobbleheads.
So Star Wars and Marvel have to be bobbleheads. They're not allowed to make ones that do not bobble.
oh,
I did not
interesting.
know
Yeah,
that.
and the Star
Really?
Wars ones have to have the Star Wars
the little
stand.
podium.
Yes.
Podium at the bottom, yeah.
But they're only bobbleheads.
And this one was great, and but really this next one is probably the most expensive pop that I've ever purchased, and I actually got a deal on it. So this is the original Lando Calrissian pop, and you can kind of see how they've evolved over the years.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have eyebrows. They're much more expressive, much more detailed now. So this is the original Lando Calrissian pop. I got this online for about $45. They're generally going for about $65. And then last but not least, my personal favorites.
Is it true that the older pops did not have eyebrows for the most part?
As far as I've been
Somebody-
able
As far as
to
I
tell.
know. but
Somebody
I
was
can't.
saying that before the show.
Yeah, as far as I
wow.
I can tell, the most of the older
I'm
ones.
excited about what you're pulling out here.
Oh, I
And
know what
then
that is.
I have Robin Hood, Prince John, and
And Sir Hiss.
Hiss.
From the Disney
From the
version.
Disney version of Robin Hood, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Me too.
Definitely top 5. But these guys are on display with various other Robin Hood accoutrements in my office at my house. So very proud of these and very excited about them. Although Robin Hood needs a stand because his feet are so tiny, he won't stay
I
out.
think you can buy some things on the internet for it. I believe.
Katie?
But those are my things.
That's fantastic.
So the first Funko Pop I ever got, what I believe was at Comic-Con. It was either Hot Topic or Comic-Con. Probably Hot Topic because most Supernatural pops are Hot Topic exclusives. This is Sam Winchester. It's the first one I ever got. As you can see, the difference between the size of his head and his body is not quite as drastic as it is now. So this is one of the older ones, and if I did, I might have gotten it at my first Comic-Con. But to show you a comparison, I'm going to show you my most recent pop, which is the Medusa from the Myths collection, and it shows so much
Don't
more
look
detail.
directly at it.
It shows so much more detail. So I'm going to show you guys this real quick. And yes, I opened it from the bottom because if you are saving the boxes, it destroys the boxes a lot less than the opening it the other way.
Fascinating.
So this
Good
is the
to know.
Medusa pop,
Katie knows a few things about Funko Pops.
Yes, she does.
and the detail on this is insane. I know you're probably not going to be able to see it on the live view, but there's arrows sticking out of her, and on the back there's snakes. So I love Medusa. She is my
You just
favorite of the
froze
Greeks.
Ben.
Wait, is this like the Clash of the Titans 19?
No, this is a Myths. This is from the Funko Myths collection.
This
They've
is
been
the
releasing
real
Myths.
one.
So
Okay.
they've
This
been
is-
Okay.
so
This is
Funko-
based off the real Medusa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
my bad.
Funko's been releasing Myths collections, so they have like the Chupacabra, things like that. But this one I needed because I love Medusa. She's my favorite of like the Greek mythology creatures. And so there's all sorts of other ones. They're doing sports, everything. I mean, I got a Wayne Gretzky one recently. There's so many now that.
It's a lot
but
of Michael Jordan I saw
You
the
saw
other day.
the difference between just kind of like even this and some of the ones Ben showed you are going to be different. Like this one's boxier than. Look how much slimmer she is. She's super narrow and the head is like a lot bigger than the rest.
For
of them.
those who, yeah.
When
okay.
did the Michael Jordan one come out? Is that
There's a
newer?
whole, like in the, we'll see in just a second, in the store,
Yes.
there's a whole stinking wall of Michael Jordan. I loved it. It's so great. All right.
I need it.
I
Derek?
need it.
Yeah, so I believe this is the first one I ever got, because I actually haven't bought very many, but I've gotten them in cool little things. This was in a loot crate a while back, and this is Dr. Emmett Brown holding his wires with the electricity going between them, and I thought it was great to bring that while I'm wearing my The Con Guy in the Back to the Future type
yeah.
logo.
Nice.
That's from the scene where he was like testing kind of the small model of the DeLorean and stuff, and they did the little like battery powered one that set on fire. I think it's from
Yes,
that
I think
scene.
you're right. That's what it looks like, because that's when he had the little clippy things. And then I've got these little tiny ones from, this was from the Stranger Things offsite at Comic-Con just a few years ago. They were
keychains?
giving these away. Yeah, they're the
Yeah.
mini keychains. It's Dustin and 11.
That's very cool.
Jim, what do you have?
Well,
do you
I know
have,
I
Jim?
of course,
Show us your cool stuff.
My very favorite monster, Godzilla. I have an oversized.
That's the 6-inch one.
Yeah, it's really great. And I brought this one just because it's funny. Someone gave this to me. It's the Hot Topic guy.
Yeah, I gave
Yeah,
that to you on the
yeah.
show.
Unboxing at the show, yeah.
Someone.
I won this from you. Or didn't I win it?
You know,
It was the White
He was
Elephant.
the White Elephant.
Yeah.
I was here for that one.
No, I haven't opened it. I always thought that's so funny because Hot Topic is one of the places you can get all the exclusives many
Yeah,
times. That's
they
why
have
it's kinda cool.
exclusives in so many places. I mean,
Yeah.
GameStop, Walmart, Walgreens, Foot Locker. All these places
Wow.
have exclusives. Now, this one is an exclusive too, by the way.
And in just a second, we are kind of running
Yeah.
low on time. We are going to pitch it over and look at the store that opened up in Hollywood. Before we do, I want to see what you guys have brought.
Well, I wasn't able to bring my first pop.
Right.
It was a Khal Drogo that I bought forever ago. So I bought 3 very special ones. First of all, I have Simba from The Lion King,
Yes.
which I wanted for like years, and one of my best friends bought it for me. I have the Butt Loose Tina from Bob's Burgers because that's one of my favorite shows. And finally, he got destroyed in my pilgrimage from West Virginia to Popcorn
no.
Talk. But just the box. I have Helmet Loki, which my second ever pop was regular Loki. Derek was actually with you guys, and I think it was either WonderCon or Comic-Con, and he was like, "Hey, are there any pops you want?" And I said, "If you see it and it's not crazy expensive, I would love to have a Helmet Loki." And he got it for me, and that's when he became my second favorite brother.
That's so nice.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
You don't want to know how far down the list I was before that.
All right.
Well, luckily, I did bring my first one I got here.
Ooh.
Jim, actually, for my birthday, got me my first Funko thing. I wasn't even, like, collecting them at the time or even really thinking about it, but, like, he got me this, and then because I got
What
that,
is
I
it?
decided to get the Doc Brown. It's Marty McFly in the DeLorean.
Nice.
Nice.
And with I got a Doc Brown separately, then I started kind of collecting those, and I did get it signed by Bob Gale and some of the people associated with the film when I took this.
Bob Gale
to-
is the.
Nice.
He is the writer of Back to the Future
But that's a pretty cool thing.
Wow.
of all the movies.
And you have a bag full of
And then
brand
speaking
new.
of new ones, these are actually like new, like never been in my hands, kind of new.
Where'd you get
So
these?
I got these from a good friend of mine.
Me. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
All right.
It was Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, show us quickly what you
So
can.
Quint, it's all Jaws. Chief Brody.
This is Luke's
Matt
favorite
Hooper.
movie, for anyone who's not
Yes.
aware.
So I'm getting all these, and then we have Bruce the Shark here, and we have
The other Bruce?
Collection now, right?
What are you missing?
the one with the barrel in its mouth.
Yes.
I do have the one with Quentin in his mouth.
which I got you at
exclusive
Comic-Con,
one that
yeah.
she got me. So
And Katie was able to
Yeah.
secure these through a brand new, gigantic, almost superstore of Funko wonderness that just opened up just this past year in Hollywood. It's the Funko store. And Ryan, we have a real short video that takes us behind the scenes of Funko, of the new Funko store. If you can grab that for us real quick. Here we go. And it's got music too.
Music.
It does have music. I didn't watch it.
music.
Oh, look at Con Guy Films.
Who
Thanks,
edited this? Nice.
Funko is taking Hollywood by storm.
So
Ooh.
we're inside the store here.
Yeah, I love how the store has the giant ones.
With a theme park style superstore. Bam! We're seeing different characters. So for those of you listening, we're just kind of going and seeing all the giant characters inside the store from many different fandoms. And you can check out our website at
Guardians of the Galaxy, Stranger Things.
It's all in one location. Those Game of Thrones, there's some more. My favorite. I don't know what that is.
Was that a sleeve stack?
Marvel superheroes.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Very, very short iMovie. And look at the clips. Look at we're all in there. Danae, you're up there as well. All right.
Thank you.
Jim's first time with iMovie.
So that was really my first time with iMovie. So it's a 40,000.
Ooh, I'm the DP.
They're calling it a 40,000 square foot emporium of all things Funko. Katie, what can you tell us about this store? How long has it been open?
It opened on November 18th, so it's still just over 3 months that it's been open, and it is just awesome. If you are a fan, go check it out. It's free to enter, so just go have fun. Did you have fun?
I was there for an hour, and it was Saturday. It was a super busy day, and there were so many people taking pictures. It was like being at Disneyland for Funko. It was fan-freaking-tastic. And we are coming to the end, but also, if you are a lover of all things Funko, San Diego Comic-Con, they always have this thing called Funko Fun Days. It's been going on for, what, 3 or 4 years?
I don't know how long it's been going on.
Yeah, you gotta get on the Twitter, start following them on Twitter because they will announce Funko Fun Days, and the tickets usually sell out within minutes. Yeah. And it's usually like $150. You walk away with a giant bag full of Funko and goodies and stuff. It's at San Diego Comic-Con. We are at the end, but anyone else have anything Funko related that they want to share before we close down the show tonight?
I just want to point out there's no way we can know for sure that our Funko Pops are not coming alive while we're asleep and doing crazy things in our house, like hacking our computers and stuff.
It's true.
Like, the revolution could be coming, so...
So they're like the next elf on a shelf?
Here's what's crazy. This is the 10-year anniversary of Funko. Funko at San Diego Comic-Con. They've been around for a little bit longer than that, but 10 years at Comic-Con, 10 years they've started doing these licenses, and now they are probably the industry leader in collectibles. It's almost
I
wild
believe it,
because they don't actually do anything.
No,
they just sit there and look cool.
Yeah,
they look awesome,
and they're adorable. They've got these big old shiny eyes.
Just look at that baby Simba.
Yeah.
Like when I get a new Funko, like my Instagram just goes crazy for like a day when I post a new Funko on there. Just saying.
Yeah.
And
you can also go. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. I think they took it down, but there was a documentary called Making Fun, which is all about the story of Funko.
Oh yes.
Making Fun. If you hate, well, I'll have to check that one out. Thank you guys for tuning in this week, where we could celebrate all things Funko. We are really happy that you are part of our lives, as you can see. And you can find me at Con Guy Jim or Jim Frye LA on Twitter. Where can we find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at ConGuyDerek or just on theconguy.com or right here on the Con Guy Show.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at KT_Christine or on the Batwoman or Riverdale After Shows at 10:10 on Sunday and on Wednesday.
Hey everybody, my name is Ben Kliewer. You can find me on all social media at BenKliewer. I'm a writer, comedian, actor primarily, and people say...
What do they say? Oh, Ben Kliewer, why do you have that red cup?
It's because whenever Ben Kliewer shows up, it's always a party.
You can find me on Instagram. My name is Danae Sams, and I'm an author, but I am at DNAYS.
You can find me on Twitter at CheeseOnCouch and on theconguy.com. And also, our friend Brad wanted us to mention that the Back to the Future reaction toys will be coming out this year too, which look amazing with Marty, Doc, Griff, and like Biff from the alternate timeline. And just very last thing, this is what got me into collectibles as far as the conventions. I got this at my first WonderCon, and it's what got me to start liking conventions. So collectibles are near and dear to our hearts.
Batman.
Holy
It's a Robin from like early in the 90s and all that.
Nice.
So this is the same one I had as a kid, so I rebought it.
All right, we're gonna be
with toys.
We're gonna be featuring a lot of collectibles this week on the website, so be paying attention. I know that Katie, you also a lot of people follow you for Funko news as well. So guys, we love to have you around. Like us, follow us wherever you listen. We will be back next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.